if you ever played Dungeons and Dragons when you were a kid or liked Dungeons and Dragons, this next place we're going, you're going to really enjoy. That right behind me is the Château de Quéribus. Château de Quéribus. No? Château de Quéribus. Quéribus? All right. That behind us is Quéribus. That's a big castle back there. We're going to hike up there and check it out. Here we are at the base of it. This castle dates back to the 11th century. It's been here for a long time, and it sits on what used to be the border between France and Spain, or maybe I should say France and Catalonia. But it's a really cool area. I've been here once before, and I absolutely loved it. It's very dramatic. It sits up on this ridge, and just has an outstanding view of the countryside around us. All these great little walkways. They had little lookouts here where you could see who's coming up the steps. Right here, if the enemy was at your door, you could hit them with rocks or pour boiling oil or water on them. In other words, you could get medieval on their asses. Right here, it gave you another area where you could target potential invaders coming up. And we got some more right here. These slots you could use to shoot arrows out of. And boy, the wind is howling up here. This thing sits up on this pretty exposed ridgeline, so it's when it's stormy, you really feel it up here. The Château de Quéribus is a ruined castle in the commune of Cucugno. It was constructed in the 10th century by the Viscounts of Narbona as a strategic fortress overlooking the Corbières mountains of southern France. As the last stronghold of the Cathars, Quéribus played a significant role in the Albigensian Crusade, which was a military campaign launched by the Catholic Church against the Cathars, who were a religious sect deemed heretical. As a Cathar stronghold, Quéribus served as a refuge for the Cathars fleeing persecution. However, in 1255, the castle surrendered to the forces of King Louis IX of France, marking the end of the Cathar resistance in the region. Following its capture by the French crown, Quéribus gradually lost its military significance and fell into disrepair. In modern times, efforts have been made to restore and preserve the castle as a historic monument and tourist attraction. As we're looking out in this direction, that is the Mediterranean way out there, and the Perpignan area of southeastern France. You can see all the vineyards down here. That's the town of Mari. I like this area, it's really cool. Lots of hills. Nice rolling farmlands, just beautiful. These days, visitors can explore Quéribus's rugged ramparts, learn about its role in medieval history, and enjoy the panoramic views of the surrounding landscape. It has also been listed as an historic monument by the French Ministry of Culture since 1907. Quéribus is also one of the 5 sons of Carcassonne, which, until the border was moved in 1659, were 5 strategically placed castles meant to defend the French border against the Spanish. Quéribus sits high and isolated atop the windswept Funviera syncline. In 1951, restoration work on the turret began, and between 1998 and 2002, a complete restoration of the castle was undertaken, and careful work to stabilize its walls and ramparts can be seen throughout. And when you're not trying to defend your castle from the enemy, you could kick back, sip wine, and look out over this beautiful view. All right, let's go check this out. We've got another little courtyard here. Now you can see this castle obviously has been deteriorating over the last 1,000+ years. The way a lot of these plants have managed to establish themselves, though, gives it almost a little bit of a nice rock garden look. So these holes that you can see in the wall, these used to support beams along here. These used to be different chambers, and this area had a roof at some point. Let's go look in here. Ooh, that was the dungeon down there. These areas, of course, you could see who's coming up. You can't really see it, but there was another castle over here. And as you pan around, there were some other ones across the valley. And all of these castles, they had to be able to see each other so they could communicate if the enemy was coming and you needed to prepare. Now, obviously, these stairs are newer, so you can get up into the upper part of the keep. If you're going to come in here, bring a flashlight. More spots for bows and arrows. Your archers keeping the place safe. All right. Here we are back outside. All right, everybody, Quéribus Castle. If you ever find yourself in southern France, I would highly recommend to come and check this place out. It's really cool and you will not be disappointed. We'll see you guys next time.